진짜 보고 싶어요. I truly miss all of you. Today I'd like to talk about God's ideal family and the kingdom of the peaceful and ideal world 2 from True Mother's Anthology, Volume 2. Let's study.
God's ideal family and the kingdom of the peaceful ideal world.
Attributes of true love are that it is absolute, unique, unchanging, and eternal. And since the characteristics of true love include the right to participate, the right to unity, the right of equal position, and the right to live together, we can live forever with God if we possess true love. In this way, a life lived for the sake of others, a life of true love is the absolute prerequisite for entering the kingdom of heaven. However, true love cannot be experienced without the pair system of the subject and object partner. Therefore, the world of true love is a world that cannot be experienced without becoming a couple. Incredible. In brief, heaven is a world overflowing with God's true love. True love is its axis. True love is everywhere in the outward expression as well as in the inward thought. Everyone's life is filled with true love, from the beginning to end. Therefore, we must know that bearing true love is our final goal and God's desire. Becoming true love, true children, becoming true love children, true love brothers and sisters, true love couples, and true love parents is the wish of heaven and earth, and is also the dream that we human beings hope for. And living divine principle, human history of the providence of restoration 3, trends in the history of conflict. Let's study EDP.
Trends in the history of conflict.
진짜 보고 싶어요. I truly miss all of you. Today I'd like to talk about God's ideal family and the kingdom of the peaceful and ideal world 2 from True Mother's Anthology, Volume 2. Let's study.
God's ideal family and the kingdom of the peaceful ideal world.
Attributes of true love are that it is absolute, unique, unchanging, and eternal. And since the characteristics of true love include the right to participate, the right to unity, the right of equal position, and the right to live together, we can live forever with God if we possess true love. In this way, a life lived for the sake of others, a life of true love is the absolute prerequisite for entering the kingdom of heaven. However, true love cannot be experienced without the pair system of the subject and object partner. Therefore, the world of true love is a world that cannot be experienced without becoming a couple. Incredible. In brief, heaven is a world overflowing with God's true love. True love is its axis. True love is everywhere in the outward expression as well as in the inward thought. Everyone's life is filled with true love, from the beginning to end. Therefore, we must know that bearing true love is our final goal and God's desire. Becoming true love, true children, becoming true love children, true love brothers and sisters, true love couples, and true love parents is the wish of heaven and earth, and is also the dream that we human beings hope for. And living divine principle, human history of the providence of restoration 3, trends in the history of conflict. Let's study EDP.
Trends in the history of conflict.
God will have lived affluent lives while people who have upheld God's will have lived in poverty. What's wrong with that? That's because human beings lost their heart towards God. Therefore, we must go through such a process to restore the position in which God can trust us again. Indemnity. Indemnity is going through the path opposite to what was lost. However, there are many people who do not know that what the indemnity costs they have to go through. And they easily blame God and curse their ancestors and lament their fate. Therefore, in order to restore the true indemnity, everything of my ancestors who made mistakes in the past, I have to become myself, who can overcome whatever hardships come my way. This is important. That's why without understanding the way of indemnity, for no reason why my family is like that, why some family so much rich, why I need to go through this kind of hardship. You need to understand the cause of the indemnity. Our divine principle very clearly explain the way of the indemnity, right? This is one of the incredible discovery about the indemnity. Due to the fall of man, the position of the subject and object, that is the position of the body and mind, have changed. The subject become object, object becomes subject. Good and evil, original mind and selfish mind have come into being and have been in a constant battle between good and evil. Internally, this struggle continues to restore God's heart because of the fall. It arises because man's original mind wants to return to God, and Satan is trying to stop this. In this battle, in this battle between good and evil, good people have been sacrificed. Through their sacrifices, the world of the goodness has gradually expanded. To stop the history of the struggle, you must first take control of your body. The unification of my body and mind, husband and wife, and siblings must be achieved first. That's why, to unify the world, Father said, you need to challenge to overcome your physical body's limitation. You need to unite, make the unity between mind and body. Secondly, you need to make the unity between husband and wife. This is the beginning point, right? And next content.
History until
Absolutely possessed by God, and couldn't absolutely possess creation and this world either. Humans, all things, and the other world are owned by Satan. That's why the Bible says that Satan is the ruler of this world. Therefore, the course of history until now has been the course to become possessed by one master. There were untold sacrifice as this ownership battle continued to come down one after another between God and Satan. We must keep in mind that the history of the conflict has continued throughout the ages until this time to fulfill this purpose. In such a position, we must reflect, do we really have ownership over God? Is God really our master? And are we the master who owns all things? Because of the fall, mankind lost everything, including their parents, children, brothers and sisters, and husband and wife also lost God individually. They have lost their body, mind, and lost their heart. To restore this, we must give tithes in every aspect as a condition of owning all things. Witness as a condition of the possessing humans, and restore our heart as a condition of the possessing God. Very clear explanation. Today's youth ministry, if you don't get along artistically, you become what? You become what? Strangers. If you don't get along artistically with your wife will become strangers. If you do not get along artistically with your children become your strangers. Yeah, this is really incredible also type of we need to think about, we need to listen what he is talking about. Let's start.
consider the history and hard work.
Yeah. We must learn how to see people like true parents. True parents look at the person's past, focusing on the background of their ancestors. And they see how much responsibility they are taking in the position that they are currently in. Next, they see what position he will stand in the future. Fallen humans make many mistakes because they do not look at the person's past, the present, and future, and make judgment based on their present and external appearance and preconceived notions. This is the problem. So we must be careful with our eyes, mouths, and ears in our daily life. Our eyes should be the eyes of the heart. Our ears should listen with the heart, and our mouths should speak the word of the heart. The eyes of the heart do not see externally and physically, but rather see the inside. Always you need to compare animal. Animal want to see that person's about the past, and that person's future. Animal cannot do that. Human being, to see someone, we need to resemble Father. We need to see that person's background. What kind of connection to, his or her ancestors. That's incredible. When he, arranging of the matching and blessing, each one of their ancestor background, it is really incredible and beautiful. That's why Father's matching is really, we don't know. We cannot express how he really, matching. He knows that anyone's background, just he want to see, then he can see. To judge a person well, you have to think of the parents who worked hard behind the scenes to raise that person until that person grew old. And we must think about how hard our ancestor and God worked until we selected that one person and connected him to heaven's providence. Since we are all descendants of Adam and Eve, from the viewpoint of the Creator, we are all descendants of the one lineage. Therefore, all people are related to me through lineage. They are not strangers originally, right? We are all of them, does not matter, you are yellow and black and white people, right? We originally come from God. If you think that we come from God, we are same children of God originally, right? Of course, on the way because of the fall. Originally, we come from God's lineage, come from God. Then you and me, when the relationship between you and me, we are brothers, we are sisters, right? They are not strangers. When you think about this point, then you can embrace any black people, any white people, any yellow people. This kind of mindset is very important. That's why Father's discovery is amazing. God is the parents. Each one of the human beings is a children. Does not care about the color. Does not care about the boundaries. We need to think that truly you believe God is the parents of human being. Truly believe you and me, we are children of God. You just really accept and digest this concept. Accept this reality. You don't have any enemy. You can embrace any other one. That's why incredible. One God, one family, right? We are same brothers and sisters. If we truly believe in that, then we need to practice. If we do not understand this point, God is the parents of all mankind. If we do not understand, we are children of God, you cannot practice. Still discriminate people, you distinguish this and that. Then that's the problem. Then you do not know divine principle, even though understand divine principle only by your head, not from your heart. Right? Next.
If you don't get along artistically, you become strangers. When we
must understand that we all come from one lineage centered on God originally. and think of each other as brothers and sisters. So when we become one with each other in heart, we all become people we long for. We feel that you are my brother. We truly feel that you are my sister. If we truly feel like that, then what kind of phenomena appear? If we accept that guy is my brother, that guy is my sister, if we accept that reality, automatically we long for each other. When people become one in heart, everyone feels so precious. So we must be kind to each other. If you don't get along artistically, you will become a stranger. In the satanic world, the world of heart is all self-centered. So what we need to know clearly is that if we are not affectionate with each other in our family, we are strangers. You are living together with your strangers because you don't care each other as in the family, right? You don't have a artistic relationship with your wife, then your wife is strangers. You don't have a artistic relationship with your husband, and then you are strangers. Even though you delivered your baby, your children, but don't have a artistic relationship, your children are strangers. That's why we have to think of all the people we deal with as objects of love and try to affectionate. Faith is to eventually born and have an inseparable artistic relationship. From that perspective, there is no target that we call our enemy. Even if it is difficult to become one with a certain object, you must overcome it with love. This is because we are brothers and sisters centered on God and sharing blood. If we think of all people as brothers and sisters under one God, our heart is already ready to accept anyone. The attitude of the heart is so important. According to the attitude of our heart, they become stimulated, right? Really, if I do not join Unification Church, or what kind of person I become? Because of true parents' guidance, because of divine principle. I truly confess that when I travel in America, every state here and there, when I see each one of our members, I feel that, wow, they are so precious to me. And true God always talk to me, okay, spiritually. Please, you need to embrace each one of them. They are my children. I am now in spiritual world, I cannot do. You know, your mother, true mother in Korea, she cannot do that. Why I send you to America? On behalf of me, on behalf of true parents, please love each one of American members. Embrace them. Take care of them. They are so precious to me. This kind of guidance always Father give me. That's why I feel that I really want to have time. I want to spend time with each one of our American brothers and sisters. I really want to hug them and kiss them and hand in hand together and talk together. I have this kind of mindset, my brothers and sisters. That's why our true parents' guidance is really, really amazing, right? Yeah. So according to attitude of our heart, they become very stimulated. Then you can feel that each one of them are so important, so precious. I talk to Mr. So or somebody. When every day I go out to the Hudson Riverside to do 1 hour exercise. When I look at each one of them, I feel that each one of them like our member. Anyone see any boy and girls and grandparents and kind of the old guy, I feel that they are like our members. Each one of them are so precious. When you feel each one of them are so precious, You don't have the, how to say, preconception. No preconception, because you feel everybody precious, no any conception. Because just you can love each one of them are children of God. Next.
Between the body and the mind, which should be saved? What does true parents mean?
Yourself. And what does it mean in the Bible that he who wants to die will live? This means that we must completely abandon the mind entered on the physical body. It means that if we do not use our mind centered on the physical body, our mind surely will come to life. That's why you prepare to die, you can live. That means you completely abandon your body, deny your physical body, your physical mind. And then finally what? You can live. Father explained that way. That's why the Bible says, he who wants to die will live. It means that if I abandon my physical mind, I will surely live. Conversely, if I save my body, my soul will surely die. Which should I save, the body or the mind? Should I save the body and then abandon mind? Or should we abandon body and save the mind? So to make a little easier to understand, since the body will die anyway, we should think that our body is dead. So when we eat, we must think that we are eating for the mind, not for the body. We should not eat because our body is hungry, but we should eat to make our heart happy. So Father said that if you deny yourself in the physical body, deny, about your own self, and ignore your physical mind, and then you clearly have the mindset, okay, centering on about the spiritual body, centering on spirit. Everybody can feel everybody can experience of the miracle. If you really deny yourself completely, you will receive unimaginable spiritual strength and energy from God. The reason why we cannot feel God and have a spiritual power is because there we limit how much we deny ourselves. Therefore, if you deny yourself, you are bound to receive strength from the spiritual world. Wow, deny, and your body.
Doesn't death and suffering come when a relationship is broken?
Yes. Our bodies must be shed after a certain period of time, right? Therefore, we must not forget that we are always people of the heart. Therefore, we must not live according to the physical body. No matter what we eat, no matter what we drink, no matter what we wear, no matter what we think, and no matter what we do, we must not think of the physical body, physical mind. Therefore, it is our heart that we live with these attitudes. Let's live with the heart. Let's live with the love. Let's live with the attendance. Let's live by faith. Our body keeps trusting and trying to assert itself and trying only for itself. Since all human being blood contains the blood of Satan, they only think about themselves. What is evil? Only thinking about yourself is evil. What's the goodness? Very important here. What's the goodness? It is goodness when you value relationships. Husbands value their wives more than themselves. Wives value their husbands more than themselves. Parents value their children more, and children value their parents more. This is goodness. Goodness is to value others more than yourself. Therefore, relationships are more valuable than me. Doesn't death and suffering come when a relationship is broken? In this way, we must keep in mind that the truth of the universe was created to live thoroughly for the sake of others. Therefore, according to the truth of this universe, we must live a life wholly for the sake of others. Today I'm talking about, its goodness when you value others more than yourself. Very, very beautiful guidance. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Young, for the wonderful guidance for today. With that, we'll have our testimony for today. Our testimony giver